Welcome to Filmi Recaps. Today I will show you a horror, sci-fi, and thriller movie released in 2000, titled Spiders. Spoilers are incoming, watch out and take care. The film starts showing a laboratory where experiments on a few spiders were being carried out. A scientist injects something into the spider and puts it in a box on which NASA is written. These scientists want to launch spiders into space, and they want to conduct some experiments there. Further, it is seen that there is really a space shuttle that is being launched. Now the scene turns and a senior student of the college is seen, who used to write articles about her department in a newspaper, and she used to make some reports. Her name is Marcy. At the same time, she comes to know that a couple has come to meet her. That couple begins to talk strangely and claim to be aliens and came from another planet. In the beginning, Marcy does not believe them, so she starts to ask them more questions and shows them a photo. It is a type of federal facility like a military base. Seeing it, the man is scared and says to Marcy that I don't want to go there again, I don't wish to have a look at it. It is too strange for Marcy. She goes to her editor and informs him about the couple. After listening to her, the editor also didn't believe the couple and said, how can anyone be alien? They are just pretending, only to get a reputation, so they may be part of the news. Editor suggests her to cover the experiment going on. Marcy leaves from there, but the story of that couple was still going on in her mind. She meets her two friends Slick and Jack and went to that private facility because she wants to know the reality of that place. The scene cuts to the space where some scientists are performing an experiment on a spider. During the experiment, the spaceship comes in the way of extreme sun rays, on which the rocket system stops working. At the same time, we see some of the scientists are infected by a strange thing and their bodies are deforming. Seeing this, the project head Gray says that we need to kill them to clear the situation. On the other hand, Marcy reaches the private facility and starts to observe the place. She then receives a call from her editor who wants her to cover an incident of a spaceship that is burned in the fire, but at the same time, they confront the same ship which crashed in front of them. Somehow they enter the spaceship to investigate it, where they see a dead body of a scientist. It seems like a strange kind of creature have attacked them and infected their bodies. They thought all humans on the ship are dead, but suddenly an infected scientist jumps on Marcy, whose body is completely deformed and still alive. They want to help him, but the military and rescue team arrive here, so they need to leave the place. After they have left, we see a spider that lays an egg in the body of the scientist. When Gray and his partner enter the rocket, one of them steps on the same spider which lay an egg in the scientist's body. Seeing this, Gray told him to take the spider in a container for his experiment. Rescue team threw the dead bodies to a truck where Marcy and her friends are hidden. When the rescue team finds the alive scientist, a doctor suggested to take him to the hospital, but Gray ignores it, but the doctor starts to argue. Gray gets angry and shoots the doctor. After that, Gray takes the scientist to the lab for research. Before leaving, he destroys the rocket so that the infection could not be spread. Afterward, we see the military takes the bodies to the underground secret lab. When the military was busy transferring the dead bodies, Marcy and her friends take the advantage of the situation and gets out of the truck. When doctors were taking the bodies to the lab, Marcy and her friends follows them from behind silently and gets into a room where they see different types of creatures in glass jars. At the same time, they see a strange body and Marcy takes pictures of the creatures. Afterward, the three go to that alive scientist. Slick takes a photo of it. Suddenly the scientist woke up and told them to stop the experiment and want them to leave, but they did not understand him. At the same time, a big spider comes out of his mouth and start to attack with his venom. Seeing this, the three are scared and shouts for help. Listening to their voices, two doctors arrive there, but the spider attacks the male doctor and kills him. They are all scared to see this, but the spider runs after the other doctor. She tries to escape, but the spider kills her too. Now Marcy and her friends are hiding in a room. The spider tries to attack them, but they all lock the door and leave through another way. Afterward, they enter a secret room where they see a scientist's body which was preserved in a freezer. On the other hand, when Gray and the military enter the lab, they found the body of a scientist in a spider web. Seeing this, Gray understands that his experiment has not failed. After that, he orders to catch the spider alive. On the other hand, Marcy and her friend are searching for the elevator to leave the place. They hide in a place where a lot of spider webs are seen. Then a spider attacks Jack and bites him. At the same time, he was going to fall, but Marcy and Slick are successful to save him and leave that place. At the same time, we see that the spider begins to grow. Now they are reached a room where Marcy noticed something written on the door. She understands that it is the project's mother-in-law. It was a project in which scientists make experiments on spiders. When they entered another room to investigate, they see different breeds of spiders in glass jars. Marcy finds a photo of that guy who came to her office and claimed himself an alien. Marcy understands that he has a relationship with this place. As Jack is a computer expert, starts to hack a computer in a lab and finds details of secret projects. Here they came to know that the scientists conduct experiments on humans by putting spider DNA in the human body, which also has a mixture of an alien's DNA. That's why they perform it in space. Afterward, Jack came to know that if a spider bites any human he can't survive, so he is now very scared. Marcy and Slick try to calm him down, but he goes out to kill the spider. Then we see his body is start to deform. When Marcy and Slick come to see Jack, they found blood in Jack's glasses on the floor and realize that he is dead. After that, they leave from there and get into the elevator. When they want to start the elevator, but suddenly the elevator stops working. They get out of the elevator through its top side and take ladders to leave the place, but they confront a huge spider on their way. When they try to avoid it, they fall on the spider web, which saves their lives. Then the spider comes towards them. They try to escape, but Slick is trapped in the web and can't leave. Marcy manages to free herself and wants to help Slick, but he refuses and wants her to leave. After that, spider came to Slick and kills him, but Marcy is successful to leave the place. On the other hand, the military starts to search for the spider, but they couldn't stop it and they were killed by the spider one by one. When Marcy is running away from here, Gray's partner saw her and follows her until she catches her. Marcy tries to hide, but he finds her and told her that he doesn't want to harm her, but Marcy didn't believe him and snatches his gun and runs away. Afterward, we see a colonel is attacked by the spider and he seems to be injured. He asks for help from Gray, but he shoots him because he tried to harm the spider. When Gray's partner finds Marcy and tries to explain the situation, she starts fighting and they both fall into the water. Then the spider appears and grabs the Gray's partner. Seeing this, Marcy stabs a rod in the spider and both leave the place. At the same time, Gray comes there and stops them. He knows how Marcy writes against his experiments. When Gray points his gun at Marcy, his partner also points his gun at him to save Marcy. When they are arguing, the spider ties Gray with his web, both scared to see this, and leaves from there, and the spider bits Gray. When the two enter a room, they found a lot of bodies trapped in spider webs, which are those spider victims. Marcy feels bad to see Jack and Slick's bodies. They found an elevator card from a body and begin to leave by elevator, but suddenly the spider appears. It runs towards them to attack, but, fortunately, the elevator is closed during the main time. Afterward, they travel to the upper floors through the elevator. At the same time, the spider is attacking from below the elevator and gets inside. They are shocked to see this and manage to push the spider below the elevator and run the elevator down, and it comes below it and smashed into pieces. After that, they leave from there and went to Marcy's office to inform the incident to the editor. When they reached his office, they were shocked to see Gray, who have killed the editor and was still alive from the spider's bite. Gray points a gun at them and tells them that they have destroyed his experiment. He wanted to mix alien DNA with spider's DNA to make human powerful, but due to their interference it failed. At the same time, his body deforms and changes to a huge spider because of the spider's bite. Seeing this, both came out and alert all of the staff to leave. Spider came out to the city and starts to attack people. Everyone is scared to see the huge spider and runs away to save their lives. Both get to the helicopter to find any weapon. They found a rocket launcher, which he aims at the spider and fires on it, but unfortunately, he missed. The spider gets to the center of the city. Before getting darker, they need to find the spider, so they start the helicopter and search from above the city. The spider gets to the city and attacks people. A lot of security forces came to stop it, but nothing affects the spider. Now both Marcy and her friend reach near the spider, and the spider starts to climb on the building to lay an egg. Marcy ties herself with a rope and aims at the spider but misses. Now they go near the spider to aim accurately because they only have one rocket left. Due to the strike of the spider with the helicopter, Marcy falls from the helicopter, but the tied rope saves her. She gets into the helicopter. Now she has a perfect shot, and the rocket directly hits the spider. Spider explodes into pieces and they are happy to see this. And the movie comes to its end. This is all from the video. Make sure to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.